This is a surveillance video from a hospital, in which several patients are waiting in the hospital corridor to cheer. And suddenly, a doctor wearing a hand restraint rushes into the frame in a panic, during which he falls around the corner, and several people on the stool look at it violently. I don't understand why the doctor is so surprised. So panicked. Is there an emergency? In the process of the doctor running in a panic, a wooden board on the wall, it fell off like a coincidental coincidence. And then in the same position, a tattooed chair burst out of the hallway in the distance, but there was no one sitting on it. At this time, the patient only feels. Maybe someone pushed it over there. I didn't pay much attention to it. Soon, though, they understood what the doctor was afraid of. The two wheels on the fingertips had turned abruptly, and it seemed that there lived an invisible one on them. Jing in the aisle finally couldn't sit still, and all the peach branches swayed. A mother found out that her child had recently behaved unusually. In order to find out what happened to her favorite child, the mother looked through the surveillance video of her room. Who knows, a scene in the video of the wooden house made her frightened. What happened? There is clearly something in the room at this time that is not visible to the human eye, and the child seems to be able to see clearly. But what worries the mother the most is that this being is not friendly and has the potential to cause harm to children. Judging from his behavior of pushing the chair, this may have a strong negative emotion. What's even infuriating is that he actually poisoned this young child. It seems that this mother should move out of this house as soon as possible. Otherwise, it's really hard to predict what will happen next. It is said that children do not lie. Of course, this situation requires the exclusion of some bare children. The parents in the video were suspicious. Isn't your own child also quite bearish? One day, the children of their family declared, "The dolls at home will move on their own." As an adult, parents of young children will certainly not believe it. I don't think it's because I've watched too many animations. Or maybe the kid wants to play a prank to get love. It's just at her insistence. Forced to desperation, the parents chose to educate in a way. Let her show her a problem doll that she said. Now it's all right. This is the object of both parents are educated. Strong fingers refreshed 3 cans. One of the dolls on the shelf. He turned his head to look at them. And the parents of the all the way lost their souls in an instant, fleeing the county with the child in a panic. The two girlfriends were chatting and gossiping on their mobile phones in bed. From time to time, there was a wild laugh. It's just that the laughter sounds a little uncomfortable. Then something ruffled the girl's hair. The girl who was surprised was a little angry and asked her friend what was behind her just now. And his friend definitely said he didn't know. But soon he felt it, irrespective of. After eye contact, the two seemed to understand something. The next second, he was so frightened that he hugged his head and ran away. Is it some presence in the room? Also whispered to them, "I feel uncomfortable." in a library in Barcelona. A girl claimed that she had encountered a paranormal event while studying on her own. She was the only one around. At first, though, she was convinced that she had been spoofed, so she approached the librarian, asked to flip through the monitoring. You can see it from the picture. The girl was intently looking up information from her phone. The next second, the chair opposite the girl was pulled bizarrely. Although the girl looked down at her phone, but she was keenly aware of it. It's just that she doesn't care if she's looking under the side table or some other dead corner. No evidence of manipulation was found. After reviewing the surveillance footage, the girl also realized that she had just experienced it and was not a prank. A mother flipped through the video of this baby surveillance period. I suspect that some came to the house. Inquiétant existence. So he posted the video online. I hope to get the opinions of natives. It's past 3 o'clock in the morning. The child in bed was woken up by something in the room. After he stood up, the sound of toys came from the direction he was looking. Subsequently, at one point, the toy was thrown hard to the ground, and the child was startled by the loud noise. This will leave a shadow on the child's heart. Hopefully, it's just a mischievous existence. Don't do any harm to innocent children. In the dead of night, a witch lord was sleeping soundly, and suddenly the dog outside the house made a sad bark for no reason, as if something terrible was happening, and the witch lord who was woken up came to the balcony to check. And what he saw next was that he couldn't believe his eyes. In the place where the street lamp can illuminate, didn't see anything happening. Why was the dog so frightened? When I was confused in the darkness in the distance, something seemed to have been wriggling, and as the dog's barking became more and more intense, it began to be like a cloud hidden in the shadows. I saw a white human figure slowly appear in the dim light, more like it was floating in the air than walking. After such an experience, this homeowner should have drunk a cup of coffee, right? A video owner who worked overtime late at night in the company claimed, "When I went to the bathroom that night, something horrible happened. She was about to leave from the toilet. I heard the sound of water flushing in the next compartment. She was well aware of the timing. She was the only one left in the company. Could it be that someone came back to the company so late to pick up something? So he took out his phone to check if anyone had come in. You can see that the compartment next to it is empty, but one of the doors slowly opened. To prove that everything is just a coincidence, the videographer was going to go to this booth to find out. As he was about to push that door open, he was slammed shut, and this sudden abnormality also made the video owner play on the spot and escape from the toilet without looking back. If none of this is a supernatural event, Then it could be someone operating the toilet in that compartment when the door was open, and then hiding behind the door and closing the door. Which possibility would you believe more? This surveillance video outside the motel captured something unbelievable outside the hotel in the middle of the night. I saw that in midair, there was a coma of the nobleman on the other side. From the outside, you can roughly see that there is a human form and something resembling a horse inside, and it walks towards the hotel. It wasn't long before the eerie smoke vanished. Could he be a creature of another world? What do you think? A colleague at the police station watched as the sibling on surveillance was chatting with someone. But the only thing you can see on the screen is the policeman. So who is he talking to? It's a one, it's a thing. It's a one, it's a thing. It's a real person. Confirm his business. This is not a state of indignation. Yoni at the third end. It was decided to tell him the truth. He said he was monitoring what he saw. It's yourself at all times. One man is speaking. Confused before monitoring at the same time. Immediately to the little pig in the picture. Ask him who he's talking to. And the little brother told him from time to time. This shows what is in front of him in his eyes. It's a real person. Confirm him at the same time. This is not a state of indignation. Hesitant in 3 mouthfuls. It was decided to tell him the truth. He said he was monitoring what he saw. It's yourself all the time. I learned that the little brother at this time, suddenly his legs went limp. The next second, he pulled his legs and ran wildly. I told him, what about this little brother? Who are you talking to? This video is from TikTok, and the internet celebrity in the picture pulled me live on camera. But after the incident, some viewers in the live broadcast room asked, is this internet celebrity's home haunted? Did you see that? Don't get too focused on it, right? In the closet behind the blogger, some ghostly presence is looming. And after finding out that fans left messages and rewatched the video at the time, the blogger realized what a shocking thing he had just experienced. The surveillance... Here's a video from TikTok. A passerby going out for a walk. Near a gas station. I recorded the incredible with my phone. Directly on the road in the distance, a dog blocked the drive of a black car in front. And the black car also waited patiently for the dog to pass in front of the car. It's just what happens in the next second. The videographer was completely confused. The dog had just walked completely behind the black car. The car drove away immediately. So, where did that dog go? How do you think that's going to be done in front of the screen? The surveillance video is from a haunted supermarket. Many of the night shift workers who work their claim to have suffered similar incidents here are a few internal surveillance footage. The first few paragraphs are all inconsequential fright. The latter paragraph is a bit of a top. But I really admire it. This little brother who got rich by hacking has experienced so many supernatural events, and he still dares to stay in this supermarket, and it is still a night shift. But after this night, I guess he won't be able to stay still. The main director of the Russian Soul Channel will visit an abandoned apartment building tonight. According to rumors from local residents, the family of the deceased family had their child drowned. As for whether it was an accident or someone acted on the fly, there is no further detailed information. Apartment building soon after. A series of supernatural events also began to appear frequently. The former occupants claimed to be in the apartment building. From time to time, you will see the figure of a child, but in the blink of an eye, it disappeared again. There are also people who hear the child's cry for help in the middle of the night, but searching around, there was no news. In time, rumors that the building was haunted spread out. One by one, the residents moved out of the area. The apartment building was abandoned. So what's the location in this apartment building? Waiting for Mother Earth. The apartment building is in disrepair, and the interior is dilapidated. Just walking in such a dark and damp environment, I don't think there's a moment I don't feel scared. I decided to walk around the house for a while. Since nothing unusual was seen, Mother Earth decided to set a small bell. I want to test if there are spirits around me. There are devils in this place. You can use this bell to have a conversation. Once is it? Not twice. Did you encounter something dangerous? Tell me. Should I be afraid of you? Every time the mother goes away, the bell began to ring behind him. Is this a sign that something is hiding in some corner? Or is it just a leader who is just being blown by the wind? It's certainly not the wind. Tell me. You. Horror. My bells. In the foreground along the narrow walkway, you can hear some dripping water more clearly and follow those sounds. Mother Earth came to a pavilion that looked like her father-in-law's bathroom. The old bathtub is already very beautiful. After walking some distance in the Hunan tide, suddenly, there seemed to be something moving in the bathtub behind him. When the waiter mother came to the front, the water surface of the bathtub was constantly surging. Obviously, that's where the voice came from. The surface of the water was too cloudy to see if there was anything inside. Good. It's scary. Just as the nerves and gong damning are in the first 5 years, will something suddenly happen? There was an eerie sound of footsteps in the room outside. So the Mother of the Earth was set up here, and after the heat sounded, it began to explore other locations. Shortly after leaving the bathroom, the thermal image was disturbed, and the channel owner's device received some strange sounds. Didn't go far in the hallway. The strange shadow on the dry ground caught the attention of the fifth. A pile of footprints lying on the ground was clearly visible. It's hard not to wonder if this has something to do with the footsteps of the previous moment. Even more puzzling, the footprints disappeared after a certain distance. In the time it took him to turn around, and the ground changed. Mother Earth returns to the bathroom to observe the heat and adjust the position of the exhaust. Unexpectedly, it won't be long after. A strange sound was captured on the screen. The milky red, which looked like footprints, hid behind the wall. Then Mother Earth went to the second floor of the apartment. When she came to the entrance of the hallway, the half-closed door in front of it opened on its own. The channel owner did not dare to step forward easily, holding a thermal vision in place and observing. Soon, a human head poked out of the doorway. Then the room actually remembered the familiar Lin Sheng. It was he who stole Linda's mother. Could he be the unfortunate child? The Heidao master decided to use the Ouija board and the Black Shadow in this anti-ice palace. Not necessarily. It seems to be blended into. The collar plate of the bottle was lifted directly. Does this also imply this girl probably died of his murder? And who killed her, a human or a ghost? Map. Just when the atmosphere is deadlocked. Suddenly, there was a strange noise outside the room. Now who is being dragged away? Something was dragged away. Until this door. Python picked up his camera and went down the hallway. However, it was empty. At that moment, a strange shout was heard again from the device, as if someone was in the water calling for help. Does this imply? Under the bathtub filled with sewage. In fact, there is something terrifying hidden. Mother Earth picks the doll out of the bathtub, came to the hallway, and continued shooting. Last time you and I spoke through my bell. It stays with you. If you're here, tell me. I don't know if it's because of the doll. This time the corridor was much more lively, and the thriller thing, it's also starting to come from here one by one. Over there, from there. Dungeon in the bathroom. A burst of crying was heard again. In the end, it is generally certain that the sound was unearthed. It's this hole under the corner. Oh my God! There's also a basement level. You're there. Oh my God. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Fool. I saw a grim face, laughing silently across the mouth of the cave. Since there was no entrance to the basement in the building, the Earth Mother decided to bring a walkie-talkie to the entrance to see if she could get a response. I just don't know if I ever asked the walkie-talkie about how it felt. If somebody is there, can you give me a signal and answer me? Can you answer me? You see, if it's gone, the walkie-talkie is gone. The claws are gone. Worst, there is no one there. Do you hear me? The map looks uncomfortable. In order to try and walkie-talkie smart line. Mother Earth was tested in a different place. Something seems curious at this point. What is the channel owner doing? Can you hear me? The ground also felt the nutrients around me. But this is the farthest distance. Luckily for you, after a lot of hard searching, he finally found the entrance to the basement. What's wrong with this dark basement? In the room, I showed my face with a thermometer. Fifth, a hot room is set up at the entrance of the basement. The 5 places fell under force for no reason. Thermal image number 2 can be seen in the first picture. A treacherous black shadow stood behind the Emperor's mother. In order to retrieve the walkie-talkie, Mother Earth reluctantly went into the depths. And that ghostly thing, it seems to have followed behind the blogger as well. Who is here? Finally next to a foal. He successfully recovered the lost device. It's so loud. It's just that. Why are ponies here? I don't think he's going to be here. I was so nervous. There is also a toy. I found it in this building. It's weird. In the sixth sense of the profession, the dungeon must be unusual. Wait for the hot chamber to be turned on. The picture frightened him unconsciously backwards. Finally seeing you. The next second, the Mother of Earth hardened. Who are you? I see you. Who are you? I see you. Take the subject's machine and want to have an interview. But the other party didn't seem to be interested. Turn away. You. Can you speak? You're still here. And this is where Mother Earth's adventure ends. As for the ghostly black shadow that appeared during the camp this night, isn't it the same? And whether it is rumored or not, which alien king dolphin? It is estimated that the land slaves are also unknown. The video that is about to be shared is a video of a mother shooting her beloved baby, and the scene is very warm. It's just that when the mother sent this video to her friend, someone suggested that there were some creepy things in the video. What the hell is going on? Let's take a look at the footage. You can see it in the far reaches of the frame. A dark shadow in the shape of a child. Run through quickly. This would be some unfortunate child. Want to get motherly love from this mother? After a busy day's work, I finally return home with my tired body. The surveillance footage that follows can be a little uncomfortable. The man was in front of the camera, unexpectedly. When he got home, the man took off his coat. Entered the bedroom. Soon after, he seemed to be thirsty when he came out of it. Walk along the river with a bottle of water. Suddenly, a dark shadow burst out from under the stairs. Entangled him. The next second, the man vacated his stomach. Even though he tried to steam and struggle, it was useless, and he was carried into another room. What happened to him after that? No one knows. He should be fine. A local Mexican resident rides a bicycle near the Trump wall at night. When she came to the rumored internet celebrity check-in holy place, she was resting next to her. Follow the trend. Pick up your phone and get ready to punch in. It's just that what he photographed may be a version of the underworld. During the shooting, a man running at night is shown. His figure appeared on the wall. Everything was normal, but the runner had no head. But why didn't the video owner show a hint of surprise? Could it be that he saw a normal person? Or is it just a farce? Some netizens believe that this person may have just wrapped his head in his clothes. However, judging from the picture, there is nothing unusual about the proportions of the clothes. What do you think about this? Could this be a man who died on the road to freedom?